Welcome back to Elbow Off the Top. My name is Adam and today we've got my prediction video for the 2021 AFL season. The season is so close I can taste it. You can sniff the leather in the air. You can sniff the smell of sweaty people jostling for a leather ball. That's a weird sentence. We are only days away as of sending up this video of being back at the MCG, which I'm very excited about. I've got my tickets to the Richmond Carlton game going with my dad. Cannot wait to walk back into the holy grail of AFL football, aka the MCG, and see live football for the first time in over a year. But before we get into that season, here are my predictions for the medals, for the ladder, and a bunch of other stuff that I've been thinking about over the last few weeks. Now, you can see on the screen, I got that little brain and the little yellow and black heart. As I was trying to make my predictions, it's been so hard for me to separate head from that heart, from that Richmond heart. So I'm going to be presenting my head predictions and also my heart predictions in this video as well. So hopefully you can see how this consensus is happening inside my brain and how hard it has been for me to think about my predictions. But before we go any further, I do want to mention that my footy tipping competition is up and open. This year we are launching up the Elbow Off the Top footy tipping competition. It is completely free to enter and the winner is going to get a chance to open up a live break with me on the channel, and you get all the cards that you want out of that box as well of AFL TEAMCOACH 2021. The TEAMCOACH 2021 set is looking absolutely awesome, so if you haven't seen it, go backwards, go look at yesterday's video because I did my preview for it and it looks sweet. So many wonderful cards coming out this season. The link to join that footy tipping competition is in the description of this video along with the last few videos, so please click on that, jump in before the season starts, and then you'll have the best chance at being in that top 3 or the bottom to win something special around my comp. But enough about that. Let's get into my predictions for the AFL 2021 season. The ladder. All right, I'm going to start with my bottom 8. This is what I think the bottom 8 is going to look like. Unfortunately, sitting right down that bottom spot, North Melbourne Kangaroos. They've had a tough off-season. They've lost some key players. They did gain a fantastic player in Jaden Stephenson. However, with the leadership issues, with losing some key players, it's just going to be a rough season for the North Melbourne Kangaroos, and I think that's going to be reflected in the ladder position. Next one up, Hawks. They're rebuilding at the moment. They've got some absolute guns coming through as far as Will Day and a few others, but I think they're just in the rebuilding stage. Hawks at 17. 16 for Adelaide. That is a step up for them. You saw some of their brilliance at the end of last season with, I think, what they go 4 on the trot or something like that. 3 or 4 on the trot. So I think they're going to raise up a little bit this season. But again, I think they're still just rebuilding as well. Essendon 15. It's been turbulent times down in the red and black, and I think it's going to continue this season. 14. This is controversial. Collingwood. I think they're going to fall this season. Just with their off-field issues, with players not being happy with the Eddie Maguire problems and all that sort of stuff that's happening inside Collingwood. It's just going to be a rough season for them. After a rough season last season with COVID, I think it's just going to take their toll, and I think they're going to drop out of that top 8 positions. Next one up is GWS. You saw them. I think they're still rebuilding. I think there's a stage for them. They're going to do okay this season in 13th, but they're just not going to hit the highs of getting into a grand final as like 2019. Next one up is Freo. I like Freo. I think they're on the rise. I reckon Freo's on the rise, and I did have them in my original prediction video higher. I like Freo. Sydney, I think they're going to take a bit of a tumble this season. They're going to be sitting around that 11. And these are the big 2 that I'm excited to see. The Blues and the Suns in 10 and 9. I think these are the 2 teams that are going to just get squeaked out of the top 8 this season. The Suns with Matty Rowell and Tuke Miller and Renke and Ben King. So many exciting new players. I think this is a season when they really start to put it all together and make that first push towards possible finals. And the Blues, of course, they're coming, man. You saw it last season, and I think it's going to happen again. And as big of a Richmond supporter as I am, I don't think the round 1 game is going to be as easy as most people predict for the Tigers. I still think the Tigers will win, of course, but I think the Blues will come out firing. I think it's going to be a good season for the Blues, but I still think they're going to just miss out. All right, here it is, the ladder for the top 8. Who I think is going to be in the top 8 this season. I've got my head, and you can see that heart up there, which means I've got a heart prediction as well. Here is my top 8 from the head. This is what this little noggin up here underneath this Richmond cap is thinking. Squeezing into the bottom 8, Melbourne. I reckon it's going to be a run between Melbourne, Suns, and Carlton as far as squishing into that bottom 8 spot. And I think the Demons have got the experience. I think Christian Petrarca has moved himself to that elite level now. He is well and truly one of the best midfielders in the game. He is dangerous. He is coming, and I think he's going to drag them over the line with Maxi Gawn being the dominant force in the centre, with Clayton Oliver coming on. I think it looks good for Melbourne. I think they're going to play some finals this season. Next one up is the Saints. Now, I'm just going to mention the Saints and the Bulldogs because pretty much everything I say to the Saints and the Bulldogs apply. Next one up is 7th place, is the Saints. They came last year. They are young, they are hungry, they're exciting. There's some good players. Jack Higgins from the Tigers, I reckon he's going to have a bit of a breakout season. I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to have a very, very big breakout season. And look for him in possible All-Australian contention. I'm just saying, possible All-Australian contention. Moving up to number 6 is the Bulldogs. Man, if anyone in this wants to argue with me, the Bulldogs have easily, on paper, the best midfield in the entire competition. Did you see that practice match against the Demons? That was crazy. They had Bomp with over 30 possessions and 3 goals. They had Caleb Daniel with over 30 possessions. They had Dunkley with over 30 possessions. They had Bailey Smith with just under 30 possessions. They had Jack McRae with over 30 possessions. And they've still got Adam Treloar to add to that. That is crazy numbers. I think the Bulldogs are going to be a surprise packet this season. I think they're going to go well. I made them a big prediction last year. I saw them coming. People didn't believe me, but I was right. And I think they're going to continue that good form. And I nearly had them higher than 6. I'm not going to lie. I nearly had them higher than 6. Moving up, the West Coast Eagles. They're going to bounce back. Don't worry about that disappointing finals run that came from the Eagles. They are going to bounce back, and they're going to bounce back hard. They're far too good of a team with too many good players to be knocked down for too long. Moving in top 4, I think Brisbane's going to continue their good run. I don't think it's going to be as good as last season. However, they're going to be definitely in contention. Lachie Neale is looking fantastic. Charlie Cameron looking fantastic. Hipwood is brilliant. And of course, they're adding in Joe Danaher, who could be a big difference maker in that game. Rounding out number 3 is the Richmond Tigers, my boys. 3 premierships in 4 years. Dustin Martin potentially in the best form of his life. I don't need to say anything about Richmond. You know how good they are. You know how much I love them. They're going to be in finals contention. They're going to be in the premiership picture. That's just the way it is. I will say this. I am making a big prediction. I think Trent Cotchin, Basher Hooley, Jack Riewoldt, this is their last season. I reckon they're going for the three-peat. If they don't get it, they're out of here. If they do get it, they are out of here as absolute champions of the game. That's my prediction. Trent Cotchin, Basher Hooley, and Jack Riewoldt will retire after this season. And then, if you're wondering, I think Shane Edwards will take over the captaincy of the Richmond Football Club, but we'll see that at the end of the season. Sitting number 2, Port Adelaide. I think it's going to be a huge season for Port. Absolutely huge season for Port Adelaide. I think that they are going to be one of the most dominant teams again, just like they were last season. And I think the pain of that prelim final of losing it in Port to Richmond last season is going to be stinging, and I think it's going to urge them on. I think it's going to power them on, excuse the pun. And I think that is going to be a big, huge season for the Port Adelaide Power again. But I think finishing top spot will be the Geelong Cats. Their team is stacked from top to bottom. They are a little bit old. I will admit that. But I think that is going to push them up into the top 8. And I think they're going to be pushed to the top of the top 8, coming in first at the end of this season. We'll see how that goes. My heart prediction for the ladder, of course, is Richmond 1 through 16. My heart wants what the heart wants, people. The heart wants what the heart wants. Let's continue on. All right, Premiers. Yes, I made the prediction that the Geelong Cats are going to finish on top. However, I reckon it's Port's here. I think it's going to be Port Adelaide Power's year. I think Big Charlie is going to come back firing. Travis Boat's going to come back firing. Ollie Wines is moving to absolute elite levels. I think their midfield is ridiculous. Their back line is stacked. Their forward line is stacked. I think there is absolutely no weakness across the entire ground of Port Adelaide Power, and I think they're going to be hungry after what happened to them last season. That's my prediction for Premiers. My heart, of course, tells me the Richmond Football Club. They're going to do it. My heart says three-peat, people. Three-peat. Can you see a theme in the heart at all? Okay. Let's continue. Coleman Medal. Coleman Medal. I think Port Adelaide Power are going to be the Premiers, and I need Charlie Dixon to be a huge part of that. The guy is a beast, a goal-kicking machine. His accuracy is fantastic. His size and presence is huge. He needs 2 people to take him down, sometimes 3 people, and that is just too hard for some teams to overcome, and I think he's going to kick a bunch of bags this season, and I think we're going to see Big Charlie on top at the end of the season with the most goals. My heart, of course, says the Richmond big man, Tommy Lynch. Did not realize this until my friend told me, but Tommy Lynch is actually favourite for the Coleman this year. He's like $3 or something ridiculous like that, which that baffles me. But hey, that's what my heart says. Let's continue forward. Brownlow. My head is telling me with a hugely improving Blues. Paddy Cripps is going to be the key to that right there. He is big, he is strong, he's hard to take down. And with the support he's going to have around him in Steph Martin and players like that, it's going to be one of those years. I think Paddy Cripps is finally going to get it. I also predicted Paddy Cripps for the Brownlow last year. In my head, again, the head says, at some point Paddy Cripps is going to win the Brownlow. At some point he's definitely going to win a Brownlow. So if I just keep predicting him, eventually I'm going to be right. That's my theory. My heart, however, of course, says the entire Richmond Football Club is going to equal for Brownlow votes and they all get a Brownlow. That is my prediction. That's what my heart wants for the 2021 Brownlow result. Every single Richmond player, equal winners. What do you reckon? Is it possible? I don't even think it's possible mathematically. All right, let's keep looking through. Rising Star. There's only one person. Matty Rowell. Come on, how is Matty Rowell not going to win the Rising Star? Probably by getting injured. But even then, if you get injured a little bit later, he still probably will win the Rising Star. This guy is so exciting for football. He's so exciting for the Suns. He's so exciting for absolutely the game and fans and everyone. I cannot wait to see Matty Rowell play this season, and hopefully he gets a whole season. His shoulder's all fixed up, and he is ready and raring to go. My heart, however, also says Matty Rowell, because even my heart, my Richmond heart, wants Matty Rowell to win the Rising Star and to have a phenomenal season, because that's how much I already love Matty Rowell. Matty Rowell. Let's continue. Surprise All-Australian. I thought I'd throw this one in there. My head is telling me I couldn't get past this one. Jaden Short. I think last season was a bit of a breakthrough for him, and this season's going to be a huge consolidation. Basher Hooley is going to start taking a back seat in the back line, I think. With injuries, with age, and all that sort of stuff, I think Jaden Short is going to be the man to replace him, and he's going to be racking up 30 possessions before you know it. He racked up in the Preston's game against the Pies. He racked up 42, 43 touches? Over 40 touches? Are you serious? I think Jaden Short 100% is going to be a bit of a surprise All-Australian this year. My heart, however, tells me that Dustin Martin is going to be in the midfield and he's going to break the rules of the All-Australian, and he's also going to be named in the forward line. I think Dustin Martin's going to be the first time player in history to be named in 2 positions in the All-Australian team. He's going to break the rules. They're going to change the rules for Dustin Martin. That's what my heart thinks. That's what it thinks. That's what it feels, people. That's what it feels. All right. Last one. Who will headline the grand final entertainment? I had to look into my thoughts. I had to think into it deep and dark areas. Who is going to be? It has to be an Australian band. They love having newer bands with big songs, big sing-along moments. I think Birds of Tokyo is going to headline the AFL Grand Final this season. They've got the huge Song of Lanterns. I actually got some free tickets from my nearly brother-in-law. I say nearly brother-in-law because, Dan, you got to get on that. And I saw them perform. They were fantastic live. They were really, really fun live, and I think they're a good, fantastic Australian band who could headline and create a fantastic performance for the entertainment on Grand Final Day. My heart, however, tells me Benny Gale's old band, Trial by Video, is going to get back together, and they're going to have a new frontman of Jack Rewald, and they're going to do Killers covers just over and over. They're going to sing Mr. Brightside like 15 times, and people are going to love it. Or hate it, let's face it. Jack Rewald was not the best singer. We heard that. Those are my head and heart predictions for the 2021 AFL season. What do you think? Am I close? Am I all over the place? What are your predictions for this upcoming season? Put it in the comment section down below. Let me know and we will have a chat. What is your head and what is your heart telling you? Most importantly, the head is important. However, that heart just as important, let's face it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, please make sure you like and comment down below. If you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to consider maybe hitting that bell icon and hitting the subscribe button to come along with me on my YouTube journey. I've got plenty more AFL content coming out as we go deeper and deeper into the season. I am so hyped for the AFL 2021 season, and you're going to see plenty of AFL goodness in the future. But apart from all that, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're staying safe, staying healthy, being amazing. And as always, I will see you in the next one.